Hey, what's going on, everybody? Listen, we are hours away from the new year, and just wanted to share maybe this one last message for 2023. I was watching this video with this young lady, and she was talking about people love bombing, things going into 2024 that we need to consider and stuff like that. And I wanted to share something kind of similar to that, but I want to say it like this. If you don't examine what needs to be left behind in 2023, moving into 2024, you will not see your next. Let me repeat. If you don't start to examine what needs to be left behind in 2023, moving into 2024, you may not see your next. And it's not to be negative. It's not to be, condescending or anything like that. It's just that if you're trying to move to the next level in whatever it is that you've got going on, there are certain things that you'll need to leave behind in 2023 that you can't carry with you into the new year. And when I say certain things, that can mean actual things, habits, character traits, people. There's certain things that cannot roll with you to allow you to move into your next level. And the reason why they can't roll with you is because either if it's like character traits, habits, all of that, it's going to slow you down. It's not going to allow you to move up because you can't keep doing the same things and expect something great to happen outside of what is within the capacity of what you do. When it comes to people, you can't move into your next if they need to be left behind. You can't move into your next because God just does not want them to benefit from what next is. If they weren't supportive, if they weren't, with you in the struggle, whatever that looks like, doesn't necessarily mean they had to be physically there, but if they were the ones that you can call on and vent to and whatnot, if they were not there and they were not meaningfully involved in what you've got going on, you got to leave them behind. And it doesn't mean cutting them off. It doesn't mean, having an attitude and cussing them out and be like, we're done, our friendship's done, blah, blah, blah. There's some people where you may have to sever ties, but you got to know who that is for you. For the rest, it's just about limiting access to you because where you're moving, they don't have the capacity to hold up what your next may be. They may not have the capacity to understand what your next is. They may not have the capacity to just roll with you in the sense of handling what your next is. So they've got to be left behind. And you got to say to them, I love you, but now I got to love you from a distance because my next requires more of me. And they may not have the capacity to be more. So again, think about what it means to move into your next. And if you know, your spirit will tell you, you will know, man, I can't really chill with this person like this because for where I see myself going or, the vision that God has given me, I can't be doing this anymore. So it means less time with that person. Or, I see the vision that God has given me and this person really can't come with me because their mindset is of such and such. These are the things that you have to evaluate. And then even for yourself, man, God's given me a vision and with the way I'm moving right now, like, how do I get to that part? Like, what's the next step? What's the next thing that I got to do? And then you got to have that conversation with God. And trust me, God will reveal it to you. And if you still can't, just ask God to reveal it to you. You'll know that there's something about you that has to change. And even God is working behind the scenes. He will even start changing you without you even realizing that you're changing. Certain things that you used to do, you don't have time for anymore. Certain you know, activities that you would do on a regular basis, you just don't feel like doing them anymore. You've lost taste in doing those things. That's all part and parcel of you moving into your next. And so, with that said, take this time really to start evaluating what that next means to you, what that next might look like for you, and then start doing the work. There's another thing that I want to encourage everybody coming into 2024, where how you envision things is so important. And for me, what I've noticed throughout this year, and it is something now that I just want to share with you guys moving forward, is start looking at things from a spiritual aspect. Don't look at it from apples and oranges, looking at them like just generally, you see this next. Don't look at things from the tangible. Look at things from the spiritual. The reason why I say this is especially when you're dealing with people and you're wondering, if you're someone similar to me, and even this young lady that I was watching, I feel like I can relate to her in a lot of ways. For all my loyal people, for all my ride or dies, right? All y'all really need to start looking at things from a spiritual aspect. In other words, people ain't hating on you because of, something that you have or, something that you're doing. It's all spiritual. And I just realized this, this year more than ever. It is always spiritually related. So for those who have things and think that people be hating on you because you got a nice car, you got a nice house, or, you can go on vacation more often than most, it ain't about that. It ain't even about the money. Hear me. It's not even about how much money you have. It's about the fact that God has blessed you to be in a position to have these things. It has nothing to do with the things. Because if you really think about it, even while you were moving towards these things, people were hating on you. Just really think about it. People were hating on you. So even when you didn't have the millions of dollars, even when you didn't have the nice fancy car, even when you didn't have nice jewelry and nice clothes that, or going on a vacation, even when you didn't have these things, people were still hating on you. And they were hating on you because of the character traits that you have. They were hating on you because of the spiritual gifts that God has bestowed on you. That's what they're hating on. And it's not even about you. Let's even go deeper. It's not even about you. It's about the fact that God is blessing you. So when people get vexed with you, when people have an attitude, people want to cut you down or slow you down, it has nothing to do with you personally. It has everything to do with what God is doing in your life. And so these people are not mad at you, they are mad at God. Because in their minds, they're saying, well, what the heck, God? What about me? Why aren't you blessing me in this fashion? I want these kinds of things too. Why are you giving it to this person? This person didn't even look like they worked hard for it, or it just kind of fell into their laps, or, they always seem to be in the right place at the right time. Why is that happening? Why aren't you doing that for me? I deserve it. And I'll even go as far as saying that some people will even say, well, I love you. I do everything. I go to church. I read the Bible every day. I pray every day. Why are you not giving me these things? And it's always because God is evaluating where our heart posture is. And that's just it. So we've got to start evaluating really what is going on instead of just looking at the day-to-day minute little details. It ain't that deep in that sense. It's deeper from a spiritual aspect. And so with that, I just want to encourage you guys to really think about how you are going to move into 2024, what to focus on, start evaluating from a spiritual aspect what's happening within your environment, within your life, and make those adjustments. Because if you want to see your next, you cannot carry certain things with you. You'll have to leave them behind. And you need to leave them behind in order to make space for what's coming. All right, you guys take care. Happy New Year. And I can't wait to get started in 2024. I feel like there's a theme coming on. I'll just share that right now. And it's called fruit inspection. And it has a lot to do with what I just shared with you guys. All right. So I'll see you in the new year. We'll start talking about fruit inspection. And here's to 2024. Take care. Peace.